Okay, so in this video, we're back in Adobe Connect and we're going to be looking at our test meeting again and setting up the meeting and getting it ready for students. So if you're in this screen, your meeting screen in Adobe Connect, you can just click on the link and that will log you into the meeting room itself in Adobe. So you should see something like this. This is the default layout. You have your options along the top, your main sharing screen, or Adobe sometimes calls these pods, in the middle here. And then you've got a webcam option on the top right. On the middle right, these are your meeting attendees. Bottom right is the chat window. Okay, so we will go through all of these, starting with the sharing screen here, which is the largest window. You have some options here to share things like PDF documents. You can share a whiteboard. You can even share your screen if you are on a PC with the appropriate plugin. Okay, so if you're on just a Chromebook like I am, you can only do two things here, which is sharing a document and sharing a whiteboard. But if you are on a PC and you have installed the Adobe Connect Share, you'll be able to share your screen as well. Okay, so if we want to put up a document before the meeting starts, this would be most likely a PDF, or you could do a PowerPoint, something like that. You probably won't have anything here uploaded already, so what you would do is go to Browse My Computer, and then you can select a PDF to display to students. You just select it from the list, click Open. It will convert it into something that can be displayed online in Adobe. And once it's done converting, it'll show up just like this. Pretty nice. And you have some options for drawing and annotating as well, which is great. And then students see this in real time. Okay, so if you don't want to do that, or if you want to get out of that, you just click on Stop Sharing. And the nice thing here is that there's a Recently Shared tab, so you can go back to it again if you want. So that's great. The other option here, like we talked about earlier, was the whiteboard. So that's just a plain whiteboard. You can set this up ahead of time. So before your students arrive, you can have some notes here, some directions for them as they are coming into the chat room. And they'll see those as they log in. And then again, to turn this off, you would just click Stop Sharing. You have the webcam option here. If you want to turn that on, click the menu, Start My Webcam. It'll start in a preview mode, so you can move your webcam around, get it set up before you start sharing that with everybody. So it'll start again in a preview mode, and you just have to click twice to start it up, and then you'll have the option to stop that as well. Here is the attendees pod, which has your participants as they're coming in. And if you click on your name, on their name, you have other options here for each participant. The chat box is at the bottom. So that's on by default. And by default, students will be able to chat with each other and you through the chat box as well. So some other things to be aware of as you're getting this set up to start. One is you want to test out your audio. And so to do that, you want to click this microphone here, Connect My Audio. Okay, so you want to click that first. Allow the microphone access, that's fine. And you'll see now as I'm talking, the little microphone icon comes up next to my presenter name. That's how you know it's working, okay? If for any reason you need to just do a quick mute on that, you have the option here, clicking the menu, mute my microphone, and it's off. Now you can see the red slash through it. Turn it back on, looks like that. So you have the option, if you want students to be able to use their microphones, you can turn that on for everyone. Go into the audio tab, click microphone rights for participants. You can see my student has a microphone on now, so they could use that. Now it's off. You can also turn it on for individual students one at a time just by clicking on their name and clicking the enable microphone button. So that's for one at a time. Going to pods, some other options you have here. You can turn off the chat to begin with. That might be something you want to consider, especially if you're not monitoring it that well. You may want to turn that off. So again, on and off through the pods menu, like that. And then the last thing here I just want to point out on the preferences, which is really important, is if you do have the chat enabled, it'll most likely by default allow private chat for students. This is something that you most likely want to turn off because you have no way of monitoring what they're saying to each other at that point. So again, the way to turn that off, just go to Meeting, Preferences, and it's under the chat pod option. You want to disable the private chat.